Welcome to the Maimonides Mitzvah moment, co-presented tonight by Chloe and Daniel. Chloe, give us the mitzvah today.
So the mitzvah today is the commandment to fulfill the verbal obligations.
And it's from the verse in the Torah that says, Motzas v'techa tishmor.
That's correct. Motzas v'techa tishmor, which means that which you verbalize, that which you say, you have to keep. This is also known as the mitzvah, as a neder, when a person takes an oath, or when a person promises to do something, then he or she has to keep his. You got to keep your word. It's a positive mitzvah, one of the 248 positive commandments. If a person does not keep their word, then there's also a negative prohibition that becomes a transgression as well. So there's two. So there's two reasons to keep your word. Okay? When you keep your word, you fulfill a positive commandment, and if God forbid someone does not keep their word, they transgress a prohibition. Now the Rambam, Maimonides, explains that there are two general categories of nidarim. If a person, the first type is when a person says, this tea over here that we're drinking, even though it's kosher and it's perfectly permissible for me to drink, I hereby take an oath forbidding myself to have tea. You can say, I forbid to have tea tonight. You can say, I forbid to have tea this week. You can say, I forbid to have tea for the next 100 years. If a person takes an oath in the way that I just described, he has a positive mitzvah and a negative prohibition from ever having tea, according to the way he took the oath. That's the first general category. The second one pertains to when a person makes a promise or an oath to donate to the temple or to donate to charity. So if a person says, I hereby take upon myself to give $100 or $1,000 or $1 million to tzedakah, he then has a positive commandment or two mitzvahs to keep his word. Okay?
Can you make a neder to do something else positive other than donating money?
You certainly can. A neder can be about almost anything, and then you would have a positive obligation to make good on that promise.
Okay.
Yes. But here's a trick question for you. The Rambam talks about this. What if a person takes an oath and says, I hereby forbid myself
doing a mitzvah.
How do you know I was going to say that? From eating matzah on the night of the Seder. Then what happens?
It's null and void. Wasn't good to begin with.
That is incorrect, unfortunately. You then have to go through a special process, which we'll learn about in future lessons, of undoing the oath. But as long as the neder is in effect, the person is actually prohibited from even doing that mitzvah.
Really?
Yep.
That's crazy.
I don't make this stuff up. Okay. Good night, everybody.